My name is Richard Garcia, and this is a short presentation on how video games have been the dominant form of technology in my life. Video games have been the dominant form of technology in my life because they influenced my creativity and drawing. Ever since I was a little kid, I really liked to draw, and part of the reason for that was because I like to draw things for video games. I remember when I first played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 at my cousin's house. I got to see like the Ninja Turtles fighting all the bad guys from the TV show, and I really like to draw them. And sometimes I would pause the game, and then I would go up to the screen and I would like trace the figures. And I would do this while I was playing with my cousin, and he'd get mad at me and be like, "Richard, sit down! I'm trying to play the damn game." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," and then that would work itself out. And I also like to play Double Dragon. That was a cool game too, not because of the art, but just because it was a fun game to play. And because it was a fun game to play, me and my cousin would play outside, and we'd pretend to be like the guys fighting each other. And sometimes that led to us like one of us crying because the other one hit him too hard, and then my parents would come and they would tell us not to do that anymore. So in a sense, video games was like a good thing and a bad thing. But then came the Super Nintendo, which built on what the Nintendo established, and with better graphics, better music, and it was just a whole lot funner. It had more intricate games that took even longer to conquer, like Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. That was a real fun one because the boss characters were so cool looking. I'd like to draw those all the time, and it was just, it really appeals to a little kid because of all the bright colors, especially Super Mario RPG. That was lots of bright colors. I was like a kid with my jaw dropping, just wow, this is so cool. And eventually the PlayStation came out, and when I got my hands on that, it was all about Final Fantasy for me. Final Fantasy VII, to be more precise. It was just like so cool. Like, not so much any one individual piece, is like the entire presentation of the game, music, visuals, gameplay. It was really subversive, and I really try to base drawings on that. And I started taking a lot of art classes because of it. And the time high school came around, senior year, I was doing a lot of art classes and thinking about going to college for art. And when I did graduate, I got to Las Cruces and I took graphic design as my major, but I quickly changed it to something more suitable to my likings. And I found out about the CMI department, and I went over there and I took an animation class as an intro just to see what it'd be like. And I really liked it, so I switched over from graphic design to animation because I felt it was more akin to video games, because graphic design was more geared towards advertising, and I like video games, but I hate advertising, so I had to make the switch to the animation major. Today I still play video games, not quite as much, but I do try and base drawings off of them because it's so cool. Especially with all the new innovations that they have, it's just mind-boggling to think that we came from like simple little characters jumping up on the screen, eating mushrooms and stuff, to like little dolls interacting with each other. It's very weird. But yeah, I don't think I could ever see myself existing without video games because they're such a major part of my life. I guess that's it. The end.